Yeah, for some reason we always get off to a good start. Maybe it is that the Edgbaston. Saying that, I have played here against the West Indies when we got absolutely battered in 2.5 days and we got booed off and we needed armed guard to get to our cars. But normally the support here is excellent. No more so in, was it 97, the Ashes, and we won here. We bowled them out, they won the toss, battered. We bowled them out, I got 2 early wickets, and the noise was amazing. We went on to win the game, and there was a lot of runs scored after that. I think, you remember, Nasser got a double, Thorpe got 100, I think, and then they got 500 in the second innings, but we won the game. We ended up winning it, chasing 140 to win or something. And what a game that was over 5 days. But like I said, the atmosphere is pretty good here, and it always feels like an home ground unless you're playing against India and Pakistan. And we all know Birmingham has got a strong Asian community, and they love their cricket, and they come and support England when they're not playing against India or Pakistan.
Talk about having that strong start. We were very lucky that we got the first test of the Ashes. Usually it's been to Lords, which tends to be a ground where the visitors tend to do very well. Do you think it's that little bit extra advantage for England now we're starting off at Edgbaston?
Oh, I think so. And looking at the Ashes, I think we've got some nice little grounds for England, actually. It's very cleverly done this year. Edgbaston and then Lords, and then you've got Headingley and Old Trafford before you go down to the Oval. So very clever, and I think it should always be that way. Edgbaston's always good to start off a series. The Oval's really good to finish it. So it's good for England. England normally do well at the Oval, and they normally do well at Edgbaston. So a good start, strong finish, we win the Ashes.
They've already visited England already, but there's a certain Australian pair who probably going to be in the headlines during the Ashes. They're going to get a little bit of stick. I don't need to really talk about that, but once again, that's going to add something a little bit extra to the game.
Oh yeah, I mean, people are talking about this. Should we give them stick? Should we not? Listen, it's all part of the cricket, the enjoyment. People are going to come here, let their hair down. It's a great place to come, and they're going to enjoy themselves. They're going to be in fancy dress. They're going to be singing and shouting and cheering. And listen, Smith and Warner, let's just say it, they're going to get some stick. When we go to Australia, we've had it all the time from my era to the last time tour. Stuart Broad went there. They basically wanted to send him home crying. That was the headline, and that came from the coach. The newspapers wouldn't even put a picture of him on there. They used to put a cutout, didn't they? And just basically, with no picture of him. So they're going to get stick. I don't think it'll affect them. I think they know it. They did wrong, and but they're 2 very, very good players, and the Ashes is better for those 2 in the Australian team.
Yeah, quickly, any predictions? I mean, we're in a World Cup mode at the minute, a lot of white ball going around. It's probably hard to think about the red ball. It's going to come very, very quickly. Do you think England do have a slight advantage being at home in the old Duke's ball?
Oh, I think it's very difficult. I think that's another clever move, going with the old Duke's ball. It'll suit Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad. They are getting older now. They haven't got the pace they used to have, but they're still very clever, still very wild. They know exactly what they're doing with that ball. And I think it's important we get conditions to suit England. I believe it's going to be a ball-dominated series. I think the old Dukes and both teams have got very strong bowling attacks. England could go in that first test with Broad, Anderson, Archer and Wood. And Wokes, if he's fit, I'm not sure Wokes will be fit enough to play Test cricket over the summer. He's had trouble with his knee, and it'll be interesting after these one-day series what happens with him. But I think Archer and Wood, if they can stay fit, Broad and Anderson is strong. You look at Australia, we've seen now they've got, you can swing the ball in English conditions, you can do well. You've seen Behrendorff in the one-dayers in the World Cup, he's bowled really well at Lords. You've got Mitchell Starc, just knocks over tail for fun. Cummins, who for me is their pick of their bowlers. And then they've got Pattinson, who's our overseas player at Notts. He's another one who could come into the Ashes fast bowling squad. They've got so much talent with the ball, and I think that's going to dominate over bat this summer.